Good morning. It's day 10 for me after my total hip replacement on the left side. And I have been using a seated Qigong practice from day one after my surgery. I teach Qigong, so I do Qigong all the time. I'm a student of Brian Isaacs at Yoga Farm Ithaca. And it's really helped me connect to my vitality. So yesterday, day 9 after total hip replacement, I kept forgetting my cane. I just kept walking away from it. And I credit Qigong with a lot of of course, I'm a very determined individual as well. Today, I wanted to share with you a seated daunting practice. So daunting, or the 8 silk brocades, is a practice that's done all around the world, a Qigong practice. And for general health and vitality, I connect very deeply to this practice. And I do it standing, but right now I'm going to really focus on doing it seated. And I want to share it with you because I feel that it really increases my inner connection, my sense of vitality. We've been talking about the 6 harmonies in the body and building my strength and determination for wellness. So we're going to be doing seated daunting, and I hope that in addition to the other practices we've done together, that which you can repeat on a daily basis, that this will help you feel better sooner. So we're going to begin with a warm-up. We're going to establish our Wu Ji, our alignment, seated alignment, and then we're going to do the first 3 exercises of something called the 6 Qi cultivation. And then we'll begin daunting. So let's start remembering to rise from the crown of the head. The chin naturally drops a little bit towards the chest. The spine becomes longer. And as I'm rising through the head, I'm sinking through the shoulders and creating space under my armpits. Remember, we have that image of the sparrow's egg or quail's egg beneath your armpits. And I move that sense of ease through my hands right away, so that rather clenching in my hands, I'm feeling as if there's a cotton ball between each finger, and almost like my palms are sitting on clouds. My hips, I feel each of my sit bones supporting the shoulders of my body, and I feel my legs just flow out from me, relaxing through the knees, through the toes, through the ankles. And as I take my hands and I put them on my lower dantian, right below my belly button, I'm thinking about the flow of breath. As I've told you on the other mornings, I've already done some meditation, trying to connect to my pain, where it is. It's like a set of instructions from the body, isn't it? What I need to be mindful of, where I need to release and strengthen. I've had some coffee, taken my morning medications, and now I'm ready to bring myself into movement. So I've balanced my nervous system already, but it's going to help to be doing what I'm doing now. Remember, in Qigong, we don't force the muscles. We don't force the breath, although we're aware of all of that. And we're moving at the most at 70% effort. But if you're feeling a lot of pain this morning, you may just be watching me, allowing the mirror neurons to kind of fire into movement potential. Or you may be doing a 10% or even a 20% practice. So we begin 6 chi cultivation. We're only going to do 3 for warm-up, with just rising in the palms and sinking along with the breath. Tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Feeling the energy rise along the back of my spine and then pour down the front of my body, relaxing my chest, the muscles around my rib cage to allow me to breathe. But the energy comes up behind me, pours down the front. There goes Molly again. And next time your palms rise, we're going to hold them around chest level, and we're going to do our pushing and pulling. So extending, bringing the palms back. Molly is a Great Pyrenees, so she's all about protection. Two more times. Just beginning to move the energy in my body, gently looking forward. Easy effort. The world as it is and myself as I am. Here comes Molly. One more time. And now I'm going to move this in what's called the horizontal circles. So I'm inhaling all the way around, exhaling as I come through center, like I'm smoothing a tablecloth. Or sometimes I think about inhaling. I think about the smooth surface of a lake. In the morning when the reflections are just clear, sky and water. I'm doing a seated practice so that I don't rotate on my hips right now. But in standing practice, I would be unifying the movement between my upper and lower body. Here, I'm just inviting that sense of potential. And of course, my lower body is stabilizing as my upper body moves. I'm going to reverse this circle. So inhaling and exhaling. Or maybe you're doing the reverse. Sometimes it helps to inhale when your core is not feeling very stable. And then exhale as the hands are closer to the body. So use whichever form works most organically for you. So lake-like reflection, that sense of zen. The moon is reflected in the pond, and neither the moon nor the pond are ruffled, are affected. They are simply reflecting one another. And then I'm bringing my hands center, resting on lower dantian, softening my jaw, rising through the crown of the head, tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth, right above the teeth, but softly. And we'll begin Baduan Jin, seated practice. So I'm going to inhale as I bring up that energy, I'm going to allow my palms to turn upward as I finish my inhale. And then as I exhale, I allow my arms to float down by my sides. This is called the triple burner. Think of daunting, heart, and head. And I'm just connecting all those energy centers within the body, creating balance and an evenness of temperature. Inhaling and exhaling. And for now, just allowing my hips, my knees, my ankles to receive a sense of weight, stabilization, remembering their strength. I have the funniest image as I do this of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings series when Rodan the king, his mind is taken over by Saruman, right? That's like our minds are like taken over by fear and catastrophe and worry. Will I ever feel better? Will I ever regain my strength? And then Gandalf and Aragorn, the heroes, they say, maybe your body will remember its strength if you put your sword in your hand. This is like putting the sword in your hand, remembering your strength. I'm such a Lord of the Rings nerd, I'm sorry. Let's do 2 more. This is the first brocade, triple burner, asking the body to communicate. Let's just seal that in. So just a little seal in the benefits of the triple burner movement. Sealing in a sense of connection within my own body. So our next movement evokes the archer. It's called raising the bow to shoot the hawk. So I'm going to cross and inhale. As I exhale, I'm making an arrow and a bow. So 2 fingers and 2 fingers. And as I turn to the side and pull the bow back, I'm straightening my arm and I'm focusing right in the L of that arrow, shooting the arrow. Then I inhale, cross the other arm in front. 2 fingers and 2 fingers. Exhale and pull the bow, remembering my strength. Inhale. So raising the bow to shoot the hawk. Exhale. So this movement is for your lungs. It's for your liver. Anytime you focus the eyes, you focus the mind. Let's do 2 more sets, full sets, right and left. It's for your gallbladder. I hope that you see as you watch me, as I'm gaining my strength and you're gaining yours. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time, each side. Inhale. Exhale. Just doing this in the rhythm of your breath. And exhale. This is the second brocade. Inhale. And then let's gather. The benefit of raising the bow to shoot the hawk. Gathering mental clarity strength in the lungs and the liver to support healing and recovery after surgery. And just taking a moment to breathe naturally. In the third brocade, we're going to be working with making space within the torso for the stomach and the spleen, for digestion. When I think of digestion, I think of physical digestion, but I'm also thinking about mental processing. We need to give ourselves space to process what we've gone through physically on an emotional and heart-based level. So in this exercise, we're going to do some more of the teacupping. So I'm going to scoop into the teacup as I press down. And I'm going to bring that teacup across my body and up as I make space within the torso. Inhaling here. And then as I exhale, I turn each palm over to return towards one another. This hand continues to press down. Now this one crosses my body, crosses from one shoulder to the other and expands on the inhale, pressing down and up, making space within the torso. And as I'm ready to exhale, I'm turning the palms towards one another, exchanging the energy diagonally across the body. Notice this hand now becomes the stabilizer. This hand becomes the mover, one shoulder to the other. Inhaling. This is two hands separate heaven and earth. Exhale, the palms overturn, filling each other, sharing that energy, working across the body. Eventually, the hands settle to their own sides. One is pressing down. Reminds you of the Sanjiao exercises. Yes, the first one. Inhale, not quite as extreme. Exhale. The hands come back towards one another. Let's go 2 more times each side. Inhale, holding up the teacup while one hand settles down near the hip. And there I feel the vibration beginning in my body. I'm breathing deeper. I'm connecting through my body. Inhale, 2 hands separate heaven and earth, the third brocade. Exhale, keeping the effort level down. Let's do 1 more time each side. Inhale. I love to do this practice standing in my back deck as I look out over the forest. I am looking out into the forest, but seated, allowing my body to decrease its inflammation to gain strength. Now I'm going to gather the benefit of 2 hands separate heaven and earth. I'm going to pump my feet a little bit. If you're allowed to do that, that's wonderful. It's moving the circulation down into my lower body to receive that benefit. So the 4th brocade, Wise Owl turns its head to ward off fatigue and illness. So think of an ounce of prevention is worth miles and miles and miles of cure, isn't it? So I'm floating my hands above my hips right now, and all I'm going to be doing is opening as I turn my head over my right shoulder. Exhale, coming back to center. That's the whole movement. Then I do the other side, rotating and opening my arms expanding my chest as I inhale, turning my head, not forcing the neck, just turning to my natural ability from one side to the other. Exhaling. Wise owl turns its head to increase vitality and wellness. Thinking of the central channel of my body, opening right and left, expanding my lungs, really connecting to my immune system. Let's do 2 more times each side. 4th brocade. Inhale and open. Exhale. Really focusing in my lower dantian and center channel. Sometimes I get so relaxed when I'm doing these, I can't enunciate my words very clearly. One more time each side. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Bringing oxygen to the parts of my body that have experienced change in my surgery. And then I'm going to gather the benefit of increased energy and vitality, immunity and health in the body, remembering my sword of strength and bringing that down into the lower dantian where I rest. I'm halfway through my practice. Coming back to my Wuji alignments, rising through the crown of the head, sinking through the shoulders, my yin and my yang, stabilizing on both sides of my hip. So in this next practice, if I were standing, I would be leaning forward as I do it. This is dragon sways its head and tail. And I'm actually trying to stay at 90 degrees because I have a new hip. So I'm not going to be leaning too far, but I'm going to be indicating that direction with my body. So this is how this one goes. So I inhale as I look to my right. I exhale. As I exhale, I'm leaning right, so I'm stabilizing on my operated hip. And I'm going to swing my body around as I exhale to the other side. And then I inhale, rise on the left side, bring my attention to the center, exhale and ground. So this is a very small version of dragon sways its head and tail. Now I'm going the other way. I inhale, leaning to the left. My right hip is stabilizing. Now I'm going to come to my 90 degrees as I exhale. So I'm releasing heart fire in front of me, leaning back in my chair. Inhaling up the right now. And exhaling, I release all effort in my lower body and feel the stabilization of both hips. So a full side is I'm inhaling and exhaling as I sweep around in front of me. I'm inhaling to the other side, exhaling and stabilizing. Then I return. Inhaling, I'm leaning to the left. I'm sweeping as I can forward. This is for my heart fire. I'm releasing excess tension, anxiety, and stress, centering myself and grounding. So that was, you don't do anything with your hands necessarily. I'm doing this with my torso. Let's do 2 more times. So inhale to the right. I'm going to the right, either side. Exhale. I'm letting go of my breath like dragon flames. And then I'm restoring with the in-breath. I feel that all the way down to my foot. Exhale, center. Reestablishing equanimity. And then I'll go the other way. Inhale. Exhale. Sweeping the body forward as you can. It's okay if you can't go too far, neither can I. Inhale. Finding center balance on my sit bones, knees, and ankles. Exhale into balance. One more time. Dragon sways its head and tail. Exhale. So if I were standing and beyond my surgery, I'd really be leaning forward here. I feel the weight swinging into my hip that is new. God bless it. Inhaling and exhaling back through center. Reestablishing the balance in both sides of my hip, both shoulders through the crown of my head, and gathering the benefit of dragon sways its head and tail, releasing anxiety in my chest, releasing worry and fear, reestablishing strength, remembering my sword. That is my image today, oh boy. So this next practice is for the kidney and bladder. And boy, do we need to reconnect with those places after surgery. If I were standing, and I may do this now, I'm going to put my hands on my kidneys. I'm going to connect there for a moment. If you can't do this, it's okay to put your hands on your hips or even on your front body, remembering the kidneys. I'm going to actually try to get my hands on my kidneys. I feel them there, like the base of wings. And first, I'm just going to breathe into that area, allowing Lao Gong, those center palm points, to really connect to the kidneys through my clothing, through my layers of skin and tissue, with great gratitude for all they filter, especially now going through my body. This is where we store essential energy or essential chi within the body. So I'm just connecting through my breath. So this brocade is called Two Hands Reach Towards the Feet to benefit the kidneys and the lower back. And again, I can't lean forward too hard, but my arms can reach. So what I'm going to do is stroke the back body and then the underside of my legs as I exhale, just as far as I can reach without moving my back from the pillow. And then coming up the kidney meridian, I'm going to inhale all the way to the sky. When I'm ready to exhale, I'm just softening my hands, softening my elbows, letting that energy come down from the sky to the level of my liver. I'm drawing my hands back to my kidney, allowing them to rest as I take a full breath. So again, this involves some bending. You don't have to bend at all. You can sit back against your pillow. My restriction is 90 degrees, so I'm not really supposed to be shortening 90-degree angle for my body at this time. So I'm just reaching with my arms. That I can do. So I'm inhaling again, inhaling chi, heavenly chi into my kidney. I'm exhaling now down the yang side of my body, bladder, asking it to flow. There's my water element. and then coming up the kidney line of my body, the yin side of my body, all the way to the sky. When I'm ready to exhale, I'm just softening my elbows, my shoulders, my wrists, allowing my hands to descend to the level of my liver meridian. I'm drawing back into my kidney, and then I'm just going to take a breath. Maybe pump my feet a little bit. Have you been cleared to do some heel slides? If you have, maybe I'm just going to do a little heel sliding right now. There's my new hip, just a little. Oh, yes. Now I'm 10 days out. You may not have been given this exercise if you've had a hip or knee replacement. But if you're as far as I am, you have been. And I'm telling you, I do not feel the pain that I did in the beginning where I had all the swelling and bruising. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's do 2 more kidney exercises. I'm going to sit myself up. Connecting to the kidney, inhale. Exhale, drawing down the yang side of the body. Inhale. Exhale. Just inviting that restorative sense of energy back into the body to be collected in my kidneys. Full set of breath. And then last time, inhale. Exhale. Just let your breath be natural. Inhale, there goes Molly. Exhale. Soften. Bring that energy back into the level of the liver and the kidney for 1 more full set of breath. Beautiful. So now I'm going to work right here on my liver line, my liver exercise. And this is called I'm staring with angry eyes forward. And when I'm not connecting with anger, because remember, when my liver gets irritated, I feel irritable. And sometimes I just feel irritable because I'm human. I'm very gently fisting my hands, but just very gently. I'm not holding a lot of tension there. And if I'm feeling anger, I can stare with anger. But if I'm not feeling anger, sometimes I do my I mean it look forward. So here I am staring with angry eyes, and I'm drilling that punch without squeezing too hard until my arm is fully extended. When I'm ready to inhale, I'm opening up Lao Gong. I'm opening up that palm, and I'm going to bring that energy back to my liver gently. Inhaling, exhaling, drilling and punching. Staring with angry eyes. Inhaling, yin. Drilling back my palm and drawing the energy back to my liver. Ooh, there's that vibration in my body again. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. I mean this. Inhale. I receive this. Exhale. I express. Inhale. I receive. Let's do 1 more time each side. Exhale. I express. Inhale. I receive. So let's gather the benefit of accepting in an open-hearted way all of our human experience, the world as it is, myself as I am, Wu Wei. So the very last thing in the practice of Baduan Jin are actually heel drops. So if I were standing, I would tap the energy down through my heels. And I'm not standing today. So I think I'm going to do a combination of things. I'm going to draw the energy down to my feet through a little just gentle. If you can't do this part, please don't. It's part of my physical therapy anyway, so I know I can do it. I know I can tamp down that energy, draw it into I want to say the palms of my feet, the soles of my feet. Just bring that energy down. And then I'm going to help that by doing the practice with my arms. So I'm going to give myself a little bounce here, bringing that energy up as if I were bouncing on my heels and down, drawing the energy down in my body a little bit. Excellent. So we're going to do a little loving kindness close out today that was taught to me by my teacher, Catherine. My teachers, I hold them in my heart as I heal. So I'm going to gather. Why does that make me emotional? Not sure. Inhale and exhale. Sending that sense of love and appreciation out into the world. And then I'm inhaling and bringing it to my own heart. Inhale. Sending that energy with so much gratitude. Prayers for all of you, prayers for all of us in our healing. Bringing healing energy to my own heart. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So you can see I'm releasing a little energy today. There's no need to resist that. Just sending myself some love now. Thank you for joining me on my journey. I hope that you enjoyed Baduan Jin. It is one of my favorite sequences. And I hope that you have a wonderful day.